turns to 4, 4 turns to 8. Sleep and get paid, rich when I wake. I bet the bank, I set the pace. Guess what I make, that's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff is silent.
Double up, double up, double up. The money I call up, call up, call up, call up, call up, call up, call up. Double up, double up, double up. The money I call up, call up, call up, call up, call up, call up, call up.
I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemons squeeze. Pieces been my recipe.
You buy watch and bust them down.
Mine is my investment piece.
Heard your mix is drowning out.
You need to call Trevor, please.
I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear.
Double up, double up, double up. The money I call up, 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 call up. Double up, double up, double up. The money I call up, 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 call up.
Mentally feel like Kobe, I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. You're on step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Held steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state. Make $1 million out to send me. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switch up from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't for me. Hit the bank, run your way. What you used to? And I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay.
Check, check.
Okay, this
Waitress.
ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me,
Check.
do you? I do me,
One,
do you?
two,
This
one,
ain't what you
check.
used to.
One.
This ain't what you This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in for the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Try hit my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round swerves. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. No, you know the drill. Overpay and now I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live, work my biz. I'm too far from the rest, not what you used to. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. This ain't what you used to. This ain't what you used to.
Hey, buddy, why don't you and me, we have a little talk about the like button down here? I hit it. I think you should hit it too. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the family.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogs. Taking a look at the charts tonight. Interesting title I got out there, price predictions, right? Looking at the charts, and yeah, we're gonna actually zoom out and look at Bitcoin. We got to make a plan. We need a course of action and just take a solid look at Bitcoin, and then take a look at Total 3 and what the possibilities may mean. Shout out to everybody who's hanging out with me tonight. Let's welcome you in. I got Mr. Miles and Dave P, Brackets Adventures and Sam Webb, Crypto 420. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. Is that thing not working right? Oh, we got it. Good. All right, so Bitcoin. What kind of news I got to say? We can get into price predictions, but man, there's some things I need to talk about on Bitcoin. I'm going to go to a monthly chart, okay? And I'm actually going to come up here. Or where were we? Well, let's check this out on the weekly. This was an idea that I've been kind of following. You've been following my channel. You've seen that we've been looking at this, and even saw a rising wedge and expecting just a parabolic breakout that was reminiscent of a time that was back here. Back in 2020, so I was basically saying we're looking a lot like in 2020 in this area and getting our big move up. And, you know, we did. At the time, we were following this, and then we had this, and we started breaking out, and I was crying for a big parabolic move. But when you zoom out, okay, especially like owns the monthly here, we got a trend line that price is respected. The song is getting on my nerves for some reason. I don't know why. I gotta fast forward here. Excuse me. All right, so, and the way I work these is I take a copy of that and then I move it up to identify a channel, and I do that over here on the monthly, and we're just in a dangerous little area, in my personal opinion. I mean, if we looked at this in any other way, in any other chart, we would be looking at this area as being resistance, right? And there are some fib areas up here that kind of suggest that. I've got it on some different charts over here. But as far as Bitcoin goes, as much as I would love to just sit here and claim that we're going to just break out and go crazier, I'm looking that we may fizzle out somewhere around 76 if we're lucky to get up there. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we can break out. There's another target that we can get at 83. The possibility of seeing something like this might happen, but these are fib pools, and these are ones that I use all the time that tell me of a great area to take profit, a great area to, some people even use them to, you know, those areas to look for shorts. They're good areas to look for those things. We're coming into areas that lots of people will be looking to short. If you're looking at the TA, I mean, that's we're at a rejection area here for Bitcoin. So it's a warning to be careful. So I've given you 2 areas by Fibonacci there, and I want to let you know Bitcoin respects Fibonacci a whole lot. For instance, how do I want to show this? There's so many different ways I can show this. Let's just go with the just go with the basic. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. We bounced off the 786 right down here, right? Now, doing that, we could play this little game, and it's probably relevant. I want to do that right now. I can't get to that line. This will be part of the predictive part of the night. We'll take us a little, kind of like a measure move. Swing low to swing high. We're going to take this, and we're going to put it right here where we bounced, that 786. And that gets us right up here in this area. I'm going to mox you, baby. We're going to swing high to swing low. Where the hell could Bitcoin go? And then we get my other 2 targets that I've got, which is this 113. And that's a good one to go with when you bounce from the 786. So that's at 76,000. We've got a kind of a measure move target off that area. Comes in at 78.7. These are areas that we would normally expect rejection, and we haven't quite hit those yet. We may not hit those, but Bitcoin does respect this. And actually, this move over here was a 1.13 fib. Iopsis. Say it's not so, Road Dog. Well, I was on the monthly. Maybe we should stay on the same time frame. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. And we came up to a 1.13 right there. Before our second top, and we reversed. It respects the 127s a lot too, and this is hindsight to do this, but swing low to swing high. Tell me where's a good place to buy, and the 172s, which you see me talk about, and if you saw me in the bear market, that was one of my go-tos here. I thought video somewhere, 17,315. So Bitcoin respects these fibs, and we got an important one coming up that it has respected in the past before, you know, she took a dive. It's not saying we're going to do the same thing we did then, but we're looking like we could get a pullback. Actually, to me, I mean, we might actually, you know, it's got a setup. It could do a cup and handle. I've heard some other people talk about that idea. This is, that would probably be the hopeful situation that we would need. We get a pullback to no further than the 618. We don't need to go much further than that, really. Did we start getting below the $38,000, we're in trouble, definitely. But there's a possibility that might be coming up. Price rises into the lip of the legendary cup and handle and forms a rounded shaped bottom, not a daggery one, according to Thomas Bukowski and Mr. O'Neill there, who wrote the book on the cup and handle. But some other areas to look at would be this 386 area. That would be a nice bounce, but in a realistic sense, we'll probably hit if this idea is true, the 50% mark of the move we just made up, unless we can kind of come up to these higher areas. If we get another run up and make another little high, that would be cool. That would give us a little bit more leeway from that. So we got this option that most likely, I mean, the way this stuff usually plays out, there's another scenario where it gets crazy bullish, and we could look at that, but we got to follow what the charts say versus what, you know, everybody's whispering out there, because what they're whispering out there on the news is all the stuff that you would normally hear when we're at near a top part. Yeah, it's a great time. Let's get ready to go to the moon. Going for that next all-time high within the next 6 weeks. I told you. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there, but all I know to do and all I feel safe in doing is looking at my charts. And, you know, even here on the monthly, you know, I normally like to pull my trend lines to the candles bodies right there. Look how close we are. Now, does that make it look a little, I mean, kind of narrow in our channel? Now, if we get a breakout to the upside, I mean, that's bullish as all get out. I'm not going to lie. And we could even wick up to some of these places up here and still be within parameters to come back down and do something. Make a cup and handle, perhaps. Now, in the immediate future, this is our trend line that we're following, and we haven't broken that, so I'm not being doom and gloom. I'm just giving you some things to think about. Our other option is to kind of go sideways over here, and that might lead to a breakout that we would see. Now, the unique possibility for this happening is that usually when Bitcoin can go somewhere and go sideways, but then altcoins can rally, they can run hard. And we'll take a look at altcoin 3 because we got a scenario where that might happen. So I say that if we do start seeing a bullish turn, I mean, approach it cautiously, but what I need to see is maybe a flag above at least this trend line on the monthly. At least hold that area. So maybe we bounce and we hold above 70,000. That I would feel comfortable about that. I would feel good about that. That should give us a little boost in altcoins and then flag out, and then altcoins might have a nice little run for us. And then we'd be breaking a trend line, meaning that we could, you know, take a measured move into that and get an idea about another target higher, which, you know, just the conservative measure move we just took from there gets us to about, you know, right around 120,000. I got 119.7-ish. Possible. It's within the playbook if things go that route, but that's not usually what we see. Not usually what we see. Usually we will see price bounce off of one, and then we come back and test the bottom of the trend line. And some people's got some theories out there. Maybe we got an early bro market and it's over, and I'm not buying that. I think we got we're yet to see a lot of more money come into the market and go into crypto. We are. But they are going to play games with our heads and our emotions all through here, and we got to be ready for it. Any strategy that you have needs to incorporate the idea that we can come down and touch maybe 48,000. If you're not clear on that, if you've got too much leverage on that, and speaking to myself and everybody else, it probably needs to start rethinking those ideas and playing it just a little bit more safe, in my personal opinion. Because we're not out of the woods just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're not out of the woods just yet. I'm going to go down to the weekly time frame here. Check with you guys, make sure my microphone is on. Mr. Miles says, if they were looking to short certain levels, doesn't that make a short squeeze more likely to happen? If there's a lot there, I mean, if they can do it, I mean, I don't know what it's going to do. And it would take something like a short squeeze, yeah, to pop us up to those levels. But if we could get above 70,000, I would feel more comfortable. But I mean, just my normal TA, we're at a top area, and it's not just the trend line though. It's not just the trend line. That's what I wanted to, that's kind of what we're talking about, how we respect fib levels, right? We're at the 113 right up here, the 127s up here. These are, they just work beautifully for places where price says, sorry, going the other way now, see you later, sucker. It just does. And I mean, there's other confirmation here with the fibs that I've got. If you believe in such voodoo magic as the Fibonacci, then at least listen to what it has to say, dearie. So from swing low, swing high, the next swing low on presumably a possible wave 1. And this would be cool if this is the 3 and this is a 4 and we get a 5. Oh baby! That's what it suggests. I'm just saying. Well, that's what it's saying. I thought you was gonna be bearish. I'm just telling you what it's saying. So there is this. We got this. There's this idea. The wave of 1, the wave of 2, the bigger wave 3, which is what it needs to be, and the wave 4 is where we will find a turnaround. Now, did we do it? Don't know just quite yet. We could still bounce down here. Seriously, we could come all the way down here to 40,000 on this wave 4. As long as 4 does not overlap 1, and there's a big old gap between here and 33,000 and where we are now, it's valid, and then we can get a 5. While the closer it bounces off of these areas, the stronger that move will be. So there is an argument here just by Elliott Wave that we could get up there to 83,000. So I'm going to pay attention to you, Elliott. We found resistance here at the 300. Oh man, I wasn't wanting to go here, dog. I wasn't wanting to go here, y'all. You're going to paint me a moon boy if I do that. All right, let it officially be no. I'm giving a warning that, hey man, I'm looking for maybe a possible bigger turnaround over here. They ain't gonna let us go that easy. I'm just saying. I just don't see them let us go that easy. All right, well, that's it. Let's go to the moon now. They gonna milk the money as best they can out of everybody they can with Bitcoin. Trust me, they building them bags. All the new ETFs coming in, they building them bags, and they know how to do it. They know how to do it good. I would not be surprised if we don't do something and do, come back down a little bit at some point. Be ready for that. Be ready for that. It ain't happening today though. I don't see it happening today, so don't get scared. Don't be scared. But are we ready for the We're real for real? That's not right, dude. All right. Now, there is one thing that I've just another argument with the Elliott Wave theory was one. Oops, you went too high. Why don't you do it all nice and pretty like they do? Why don't you quit talking to me, myself? 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 5. And then, according to them, this could be an A, B, C correction. That kind of fits into this toppy top narrative. Okay? The argument that I would have against that is that, that may be an argument against it, I'll say that, is that usually your wave 3 is your bigger wave. And it's much bigger than this, and usually even bigger than your 5th wave. From how this has been explained to me. So, and I'm not claiming to be an Elliott Wave expert. We just happen to get on this. I just see that it applies, so I want to look at these possibilities. But you also have that this could be the 3, and then there's a bigger 5 wave coming, which could be up to any of these areas I got, especially 83. But there is a certain area that they like to look for. Can I? Oh, Elliot's. I'm getting the one I've already got up here, man. I'm getting the right here. 75.6 is what I'm getting. Elliot, can you shed some? He's got his is in blue. Elliot's got his in blue. He's got 76. He says up to 88 to the 1618. We'll mark Elliot's little thing and give him credit where credit is due there. That's an Elliot 61.8 coming in at 88,000. And the other possibility we're looking at is right here at this 76193's actual number. Can I lock that one? I want to lock that one. It's 191, but a little front run. But okay, so here's what we got with Elliot and a little fib stuff. So there can be. My wording is just, and here I am on the weekly. So I take this, and if I want to apply it to the weekly, you know, I still want to keep that angle, but I'll raise it up to the candle body here. But we're still, man, this is resistance. We got some resistance and an angle. And I'm just saying, baby, these are some areas that we need to pay attention to. So 76, if she gets crazy, 83 over there. So these lines down here will change because they're only based on this swing low to this swing high. If our actual higher high is not in, our all-time high is not in, we got some more possibilities, but still, these are areas to be careful. Now let's go look at total 3 here on the bigger time frame. We got a different scenario over here. Now this one's interesting. We're not near the top on total 3. Yup. This is looking interesting. The only problem we got with total 3 right now is that we've been getting rejected off this 618 area. Now we got lots of more room that we can run than we would normally run because we just got a nice rounded shape there. We're likely to see $1 trillion, $1.23 trillion market cap. That means alts do have a chance to run, and we're not far from it. On the monthly anyway. So come down with me to the weekly. And let's see what's going on. Here's where we're struggling. We lost our non-moving average. Trying to reclaim it right now after breaking a trend line to down, right? And this is our main trend that we're holding beautifully. And the 21 moving average is just running right underneath it. And it would not take much for this week and next week to break above that non-moving average. And then we could start seeing altcoins really take off. My only warning is that I would see what's going on here, man, and maybe even pull out some to pay yourself, because for what you've been through for this last little bit of these ups and downs is very deserving for you to pay yourself a little bit, have some kind of profit-taking plan, because she might just top there and decide to break through this trend line. And she may flag out here for a while. Lots of ups and downs, like, oh, when is this altcoin season ever going to get? It could happen, man, because we're looking at time frames through July. Normally not the most exciting times for crypto. So I could see us get excited into June and then we're just kind of fall off to August or just bounce around. That can happen. I mean, look at altcoins in the summer, man. They're usually, we're kind of sitting here looking at the screen saying, man, I should be outside. I need to be outside. But one thing, 50 crossing the 200 on the weekly, man. I mean, we dream of that. We dream of that. And overall, macro-wise, that's a buy signal, baby. That's the buy signal. Has it officially happened? Wow, man. I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in, and nope, not quite yet. But I would say by Monday, we might be there. So this weekend might be interesting for altcoins. We're on a nice trajectory. It's a little too early to call, but we got a 9 moving average. We need to get of it. Why go touch it if we're not going to, right? If we're getting this sign to help push us up and we're there at the 9, we got the probabilities are a little bit more on their side that we're getting ready to get a pop in altcoins. So altcoins looking good, and I don't mean to get all moon boy on you, but if we were to go on this and look at this pattern wise, which you know I do trade patterns, and I look for stuff, and we've been seeing this play out on so many altcoins overall. It just makes sense that total 3 altcoins might also have one. And I know it sounds crazy moon boyish right now, but we may not make it to the top of the trend line. We got a dang good chance of going up there, or even up partially, right? Still hitting up toward that $1 trillion. We may be seeing hundreds of billions of dollars coming into altcoins. Well, crap. That would make an interesting summer, though. There's a possibility, remember, but we did have talked about the possibility of finding resistance here. But if you get above it, then that could go all summer. So it appears that we've got to about I would give it about first week of June is what I'm coming up with. Give us a couple of weeks and see how we bounce off of here. If we bounce, we'll have some kind of reaction here, I'm pretty sure. And hang out here for maybe a week, maybe get rejected. We gotta see how we react here. If we just hang out and break through, it may be a hit by summer. But if we see a rejection, well, we might have some people say, "Oh, selling may walk away." I don't know that it would be that bad. This is a nice trend line that we're finding support on. It really is. But we got to see how we react up here when we get up to $800 billion in altcoins. Now, if we look at the daily, so that kind of gives us an idea of what we're headed to for the weekend. We're getting a nice little start, and we're testing the 9 moving average here, but still a nice breakout. We're established a trend line. I'm not sure if that one's held yet. So far, actually, I mean, I would be following this personally in my trades because that's basically the channel that I see us in. And I'm sure it looks like she's trying to get some support here and bounce up, but I don't know if this second trend is quite established. Need to find a definite bottom on that. And actually, it's wick down to here. I think we're best to respect this. So what I'm saying is, if we do something like this and we start making a newer trend, we'll start following that one. And that'll give us, you know, a good place to draw a line in the sand where we definitely want to take profit if it breaks, or pay yourself if it breaks, and we'll follow the trend there. But right now, it doesn't seem to be confirmed just quite yet. We need to bounce off the 9, get us up there, and get some more money coming into total 3. This is what we got going on our indices. We got Bitcoin dominance breaking its trend line here for good, retest, and then come down. A little flip-flopping going on. We've been getting some increase in U.S. tether dominance, but they've been printing some tethers, is what the word on the street is. That kind of expands our crypto market cap and kind of throws Bitcoin dominance for a little bit of a loop, if you ask my opinion. As more and more money. We would have to start following total market cap just to see what everything is doing. And usually they all look the same, but you know, we want to look for some differences. What are you doing there, man? And I think it's safe to say that total market cap looks like she's in a nice breakout. This is everything. This is all crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the whole deal. And any breakout, it's flagging up there. That's a good sign. It may bounce off from here. Usually they have a pullback, but she's already wicked down here. That might have counted. I don't know, man. Same situation. We're looking at the on anything. We got a trend line that's starting to go here. So it's kind of a steep one. But it looks like she's getting, if it holds, then we got some big moves coming here in crypto land. Should we take a look at total threat? I have not done this on the bigger picture yet. I think that would be important. Let's see. It may be a learning experience. This is a clear total. This is total market cap. And I've got you here, right? Okay, so I do have you. I want to move him up here so I can track him more. We'll start following total. So we could do our fibs. Are we going to do our fibs? I like to do my trend lines first. I mean, we got support, resistance, horizontal, and all that, but you know, we're kind of up there. I'm trying to see an overall trend here. So trend line to trend line. Now, starting out, I recommend doing that. I recommend the first thing that you do is a horizontal trend line. Just candle closes, candle tops, support resistance areas, any place that you see where, you know, you got a candle open like right here and a candle closed, a line can go just right in between there. It's a good idea to put one there because it reacted over here, right? Tops of candles. But I like to out trends, and you know, technically you need at least 2 touches to make a trend line valid. We've got a candle body and we also got a wick there. This kind of shapes this up a little bit for me, because I find that price, my whole, I don't know, that's what I go by, is that price travels in channels, and if you can figure out one side, you can figure out the other. I'm not sold on this angle though. Not sold on the angle. I just saw something there. Hey, it happens sometimes when I try to pull these lines further to make a longer line here. I'm still not got it. I'm picky because this is money to me. Well, the money. That's good. I like this Carol. Probably help if I had a smaller line too, right? Could probably see it better. Are we touching? Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Good with that. You picky son of a, what the hell do you think you're doing? Looks like here, this topsis and these wickses. Coincidence? Or is it Satan? Sometimes I just keep those there for no reason. We're on the monthly. It'll look different on the weekly. I mean, there'll be some more noise up here. Probably have to raise up a few bars or something, but that makes perfect sense to me why we would be finding some rejection just by the angle and the trend lines. Let's go some of the tricks I do. Some of the little hacks. 886, man, that's a pretty impressive move there. Total 3, nice. That's usually a place where we see, you know, that might be it and come back, you know, doesn't have to, it could be flagging out and doing something. So, but right now that's a local top. So we go from swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, and it suggests, if that's happening, well, these areas could come into play. That would kind of spell out a cup and handle. There's some other signs saying, yeah, that ain't what I got in mind. In fact, we come to our indicators, which haven't really messed with that much. She's leveling off a little bit last couple of weeks, a couple of months here. We're on the monthly chart, but overall that looks good on the MACD there. Stochastics not looking so hot. They're bending down. Now that's when they become a problem. When they're flat like this, we're cool. When they start curving down, especially when they get below 80, oh 90. When they get to 90, there's a 90. We're almost there. And usually the signal is or with when it comes to stochastics, when they cross the 90 line to the downside, they take that as a sell signal. And I know for a fact that bots do, because my bots that I paid good money for have that programming. And so that's something to consider. Also, it looks like we're topping out here on the, they're on the monthly on total. But it just made it sound like we're going to go. There's some signs here, man. It says total needs some work on the monthly. For real. Kind of making me think of this little dotted line here. Might need to be respected. Our moving averages, I mean, they're okay. We are a bit far from that 9. Now, if you want to be real picky, probably throw in like a 3 or a 5. I think a 5 would probably track it really tight, but that gets a little noisy. My general thing is, you know, if you're on a real solid trend, on every time frame, you'll be above the 9 moving average, and, you know, usually bouncing off of it, still in a good solid trend. And we are, but notice here how we come back down for 3 months in a row and start flirting with that 9 moving average. I mean, it gradually moves up each month, you know, a little by little. But, you know, we could be going through some a little drawdown here, just to let this catch up. And once that happens, there's usually a nice move out of that. Let's check you out. Total 3 on the weekly. She's trying to make a move now. Every chart, I haven't shown this, but every chart that we looked at here right now, we've got the coveted green dot, which does not happen very often here on the weekly, right? And every time that it does, there's a move that follows. It's not always immediately, but there is. I mean, here was the green dot. It happened right here. And then that big move. Last time we got the green dot was here, and then, you know, it a little up, a little sideways, whatever, and then it went. And before, and we got to move up, and then we finally got our green dot. And notice over here, money flow was in the red. It was still in the red over here, but it was starting to curve up a little bit, I believe. Well, she was technically curving up a little bit there too, though. But when money flow is in the green, oh man, that to me, money flow on this VMC or market cipher indicator, that's one of the most important. That and stochastics is probably the biggest thing that I look at on here. So total 3, we hadn't got to trend lines. That's bullish so far. On this weekly, we're bullish. The monthly is saying that we might need to chill out a little bit. Weekly be saying, so this, if there's a bad situation that the monthly is spelling out, it looks like we might have a couple of weeks of good times before it does happen. It could be just a couple of weeks. It might be 4 to 6 weeks. So it's suggesting trillions of dollars might be coming in. About another trillion? For real, for real? Let's pull a proper fib and see what we got. So here she is on the 886. We already looked at that, I believe. But right, yeah, 327. I was running with that. So same thing we did on the other side. Okay, you're giving me this here too. So we got to pay attention to this, because based not just on all this over here, but based on this move here, which is our last big movement. This is, we need to pay attention to this at 3618. That be important, y'all. That be a place we get our ass smacked. That's an ass smacking area. It don't feel good. It's gonna spank you. So that we should get some good projection there. And if we look to the left, well, man, we just a little below that high that we had over here when we got up to a little under 3 trillion. So I'm getting about 2.93 trillion, somewhere through there is when we need to start looking at maybe putting the brakes on some things and with the possibility to go lower or higher, but it's worth looking at this sign for rejection. I'm just saying that's that one important. So my game plan is I'm going to be paying myself as these numbers go up. And I am going to be collecting them nasty, dirty, tethered dollars and USDC dollars, and probably some little Bitcoin on the way because, you know, I got a thing for that. That's my game plan, peeling off. And I've mentioned my overall strategy for my HODL bags and how I'm going to do that, although it has not, I have not been that effective at doing that. I keep waiting for... I keep not taking enough when we get to those juicy areas before we get a pullback. But I'm getting better. I am getting better. I'm getting used to it. You got to make, and I advise you guys to get used to paying yourself too. If you need a strategy, taking out a certain percentage of your overall portfolio every month, it's a good one. Tiny percent. You need to do it. It helps every month. I'm just saying. You could do it weekly. But that's the bulk of what I'm doing on my major hold bags. And then, of course, I've got some swing trades going on, but I need this to go up. Maybe I'm trying to make some Bitcoin. You guys got any coins you want to take a look at? Let's throw them in the chat. And all right, let's go back to the chat here. Hey, y'all, check is good. Ba-ba-da. Hey, there's Joe, Trade Intuition. If anybody's here, you're kind of new to this, or if maybe something I do here just looks weird, crazy, don't understand. Well, first of all, I invite any questions when it comes to TA. I'll try to answer to the best of my knowledge and give you my opinion. In my opinion, TA is just a bunch of tools you put in your toolbox, and you know, you go out and learn how to use those tools, and soon you can say, I can build this and I can build that and use it this way and that way, and you get good at them, and you kind of get, they're your tools. You know how they work together, right? Oh, you got to find your own, but I can show you how I use what I use. But if it doesn't make sense, I mean, there's some things you need to know, and Joe is so good at breaking the things down that you need to know. And I got to say, if you don't understand what Joe's doing, if you don't understand horizontal and how to take things level from level, that's kind of a basis that I stem off of. But then, you know, I've got more tools and techniques that are different ones that I also like to look at and apply. But the levels and the trend lines, even though Fibonacci's, moving averages, if you don't understand what he's saying, well, if you don't understand what anything that I'm saying here don't make sense, go check out Joe's. What I'm trying to say, go check out Joe's channel, because he definitely does put a lot of effort into his charts. He has a beautiful chart. He does a lot of updates on his charts, which does take a lot of work to do all that, and you will not see that on my free channel. I haven't really been posting any charts over there at all. I'm basically concentrating on this live streams, and when I can remember, I'll post a chart from here to there, but I'm not explaining it all. You know, I'm not going to take your hand and walk you through it. Joe will list all that stuff down for you. He's got some good alpha over there. What the hell's that on your head, Road Dog? Take that off. Forgot that was on there. Get back to the chat here. Strike heart mean mugging me. Grimmer says Solidus AI. So we got it on MexC. Man, I ain't trying to badmouth XC or anything, but futures over there, I don't know, man. My performance over there compared to other places, it's just, it shouldn't always be that noticeably different, I wouldn't think. And it just, I don't know how I feel about them anymore when it comes to futures. Perpetual futures trading, are they? Well, I mean, we got a trend line there that is respecting. I didn't paying close attention to that right there. That's good. AI tech. Well, our Fibonacci is probably at a, looks like a good 618 vol right there. Is it? Oh, you went below it? No. To the death for you. Okay, so we're below the 618, but we're on the trend line, so we can bounce and recover that. That's cool. If we lose the trend line, I mean, of course, we got the 786 to look at and the 886 to look at, but that sucks. You broke a trend line, man, and I would be looking at those areas and maybe a bit in between should that happen, but doesn't mean it's going to happen. We do remember that on the shorter term, like on the daily, on the weekly for altcoins and everything, it looked kind of possible. So I think this might be an interesting weekend. So we see some whale money kind of probably buy some Ethereum tokens is my guess. I'm guessing Ethereum's about to blast off. Or might take, you know, Ethereum takes off and you kind of wish, I wish I bought more Ethereum. Or somebody might. But she'll get a pullback. She'll get a pullback. They'll be wanting to get in at them good prices. I wouldn't doubt that to go back to wherever it went down before or really close to it. Was about 28, around 3,000, 2,800. That might come again, and I'll have my eyes open for that. And if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. So latest tech, what you doing, baby? So some hopium targets, and we might find some more serious rejection, be about 59 cents, possibly up to 63. That's pretty cool, being that it's at 17 cents. And no way, dude! But, you know, I'm just saying it's a possibility. In the Fibonacci strategies, those are areas that it should get smacked around some. Was that a guarantee to happen? Hell no. Hell no! First, you got to go through the gauntlet. The gauntlet. There's all this rejection that you're going to face over here at 27 cents, and all that rejection that you're going to face over here at 32 cents. All this rejection you're going to especially face over here at 36 cents by the Fibonacci Moses. Fibonacci has an uncanny way of finding support and resistance areas. It's just magical. They can find them forward and backwards, it seems. It's just mystical. That's from God, I tell you. But when you do it, she might just blast through some places. And those places that she might blast through might be these little areas that, you know, price went pretty quickly. So there might, this seems to be, from here on up, seems to be the more congested area. So these targets look pretty solid. And I mean, everywhere to the left, to the left. That's in a box to the left, to the left. So just Fibonacci gives us a good chance to at least make it up to here. Step away up to there, about 36 cents. Short-term move, that's not too shabby, man. That could be 100%. That you can moonbag that on spot. Like you open a $500 trade, $200, whatever, and then you take that $500 out when it gets up here, and you get a free bag of it. And I love that strategy. Throw the bag to the side and wait for your next opportunity and do it again, and you just kind of collect that way without really having to go and hold for a long time. You know, you're holding, but you still got your capital to work with. And you can rotate it in that way with the moonback strategy if you can get these 100% gains on the spot. and this one's got the possibility to do it. So I say, yeah, I likes it. As long as this trend line holds, we're good. But there is some danger on the daily, as the red dot rears its ugly little head, saying death and destruction to AI tech. So, are you flirting with my trend line? You trying to break my trend line? Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to lose that non-moving average on the daily? That'd be bad news for you. Here's where the bear scenario comes in. It might be one. I don't want to see it break that trend line. Is it drawn good here? Where did we start on the weekly or something? We did it on the weekly. Okay, let's do this on the daily. I think there's some wiggle room there, is what I'm saying. I think there's some wiggle room there because she's going to break that trend line that I had drawn. She's going to. So let's come to the daily. Oh, shoot. That's the same trend line. It does appear to be pretty snazzy. Are we touching? Are we touching? Are we touching? Yeah, okay. The positivity that I can throw your way, my brother, my fellow friend, is that you got the 200 and you got the 100, and they're both up and to the right. That's the two most momentumous plays over here. Ichimoku Cloud not too happy about that. She's wanting to take it down. She's cool with that. I don't know. She might break this trend line. Just be ready. It might happen. I'm hoping it don't. She could easily reclaim it and things could turn back around. It could easily turn back around. It could easily, but I don't like seeing trend lines broken. It would be so easy for things if a bounce here. I mean, the 50's got to play a little while, but the little 9 and 21, they can start reclaiming some ground pretty quick. Ichimoku Cloud ain't saying that though. It's not liking it. Ichimoku Cloud's mean bugging me right now. She's trying to start a revolution and I don't know why. Oh, the 4 hour tells me why. We're in Lucy Land. That makes sense to me now because Lucy Land I found is just kind of like a no man's land, but kind of an important place to be because she hangs out real close to this 800 moving average, which is a big deal. It's kind of like a 200 on a much bigger time frame, so we got that going for us. The good news is that 300, 600, 800, they're stacked on top of each other so far. 300's having some second thoughts there. Seems like she's fallen under the influence of the 200, which wants to come and cross negatively over here. So even our bigger time frame, we're struggling with that 200. We probably got rejected off this 200. That was probably a very solid rejection off of Lucy and the 200. I'm telling you, the devil's in the details. And she said, "It ain't happening, baby." So, 4 hour. What good can you give me 4 hour? It's starting to look like she wanna be testing that trend line, man. Oh my gosh, man! Look at all these X's and stuff. What in the 4 hour? I turned on market cipher A. The X's are supposed to be manipulation. The diamonds are supposed to be.
I move heavy, need a scale. I for success like it's braille. Brain on Ivy coulda went to Yale. If you make it rain, I make it hell.
Not horrible. It's really cool that we got the 800. Considering what we saw on Total 3, the market and everything, we should have a good chance to bounce off of this 800. She's struggling with it. We don't want to lose it. But your two major moving averages are saying up and to the right. And it looks like we're starting to get some money flow coming in here on this indicator, right? Stochastics are buried at the bottom. Money flow's not coming in yet, though. I'm seeing some downward momentum, but she don't have much place to go.
Watches playing the Lexus factory. Bought a Tesla, need no gasoline. She likes when we go on shopping sprees. Go from Nike straight to Louis V. Money power, I've been in between. I've been spending money like it's free. Kick it low, I'm really.
I would look for her to kind of do what she did over here and range around, flirting with that moving average, because it's telling me over the next day or two she's wanting to come down and trying to do that. Hopefully 17 cents won't break. This is a lower low, or this is our last low. So if you're trying to play this safe, you would want to make sure that we don't make a lower low than that. So I got to throw that at you, way. Because it looks like short term, there's some bearishness here short term. I don't.
First I scrap, then I stack. Only thing changed the location on the map. I can switch locations on the map. Toss a dart and we go where it's at. Calculate the numbers.
I can't remember the fib. Does she? And she's under the 618. Oh man, that throws this guy in the picture though. We got to put him out there just to have him there on the radar.
Clothes all black, cars all black. Game on tap, game intact.
Because if this trend line breaks, man, oh shoot. If the 200 actually does start crossing bearish over this 800, there could be a pullback over here. So it's imperative, man. It's imperative we keep this trend line. Or, you know, give us a little leeway. Let's go right underneath this last one there, just to give us a little extra wiggle room. But man, that needs to hold. That needs to hold. There's some signs here saying it doesn't want to. 11.8 if we break it. But if we can bounce 27.32 and back up to 59, if there's a positive bounce, higher highs and higher lows, that's the only way these are coming into play. Here's what we're doing right here. And the 1 hour. All right, well, that's not too bad. That's a little something something. I can see a little bit more where she can range in here for a little while, but watch it carefully. If you get a chance, can you explain money flow indicator and what it shows? How we can use the info to help throughout the process on entry. For money flow? I don't know if I use it for entry as like a signal for entry or anything. But it's really good for trend. And money flow on the BMC indicator is this. It's green when we're above the zero line. This is the zero line for everything right there. The zero line where stochastics touch down to. That's the stochastics up here. And it also shows it down here on the bottom. It's got this little line. So it's convenient. You can glance at it and see it in two different places. But overall, and of course, you know, market size for a VMC, it works really good with multiple time frames. If you take time frames, the others always starting on the largest and all that. But the bigger time frames that you're in the green, the better. And that's also an indicator for what we might expect. And where are we on AI tech? And here on the 3-day, see it's starting to go in the red. So that's the first signs of it going in the red after it's been green for so long. So I'm not saying, money flow. I wouldn't say I have a way of using it for, or even heard of a way for using it for an entry, but more for the trend. When it flips, it seems to be a big deal. It's pretty good at making a difference. And then when things are, you know, if things are bearish, oh gosh, in the bear market when the red is so strong. But right now when things are in the green, we're getting stronger moves out of them. So that's kind of cool. And it appears that we're not always getting as bad of a move on the red right now because we're more in a bull market. This is a different way to look at it, but when it does flip green, man, everything's work better. Now, one thing, a strategy that Jason Casper puts out there, he hasn't put it out in a while, but it's a proven strategy. Uses the money tables here, and I just seen it recently on, was it Bitcoin? I think it just played out recently. Oh, maybe I'm tripping. Let me see if I can find an example of it. Yeah, this might be. It's this concept anyway. This should be a good one. So usually you have what you call the handle, and then you have a trigger. and looking for that green dot there. Oh, that's the no. I'm sorry. That's not the Jason Casper one. That's the crypto face one. That usually gives you a good move. He says to work for money flow that's starting to come up, and if you get a trigger wave, usually results in a good strong move to the upside, which boom, it did. And that one plays out really good. Pattern wise, you could have been looking for, you know, this little inverted head and shoulders, complex head and shoulders possibly. The Jason Casper is divided on the 4 hour when you get a green dot on the 4 hour, preferably money flow being in the green, right? But you'd wait for you to get a dot here on the 4 hour, and then you go to the 24 minute and you wait for the green dot to go there and the enter, and that one plays out really good. I mean, both of those strategies are awesome on it. And yeah, pretty much dependable. Back tested it and just showed you one right there, and it played out like it's supposed to. But that's away from money flow. Money flow in the green. That's where we always want it, man. If it's in the red, it's not good for us. It's not good for us. $420 says, can we look at Brett? How is Brett doing? I've got some Brett. She's been going up lately. Brett's at 5 cents now, is that right? Cool, let's zoom out. Ooh, nice and nice. Mm-hmm. This is on buy bear, right? Neither's more. Okay. I don't have volume on this chart, but because this is letting. No, this is Brett too, though. We're just trying to find the most history that we can get on it. I would have thought Coinbase, but I don't see it. Okay. We'll just go back where we started. We're good. All right, so she got rejection on the 618. It looks like she's respecting the trend line. I think we can come down to the 4 hour. So daily is above the non-moving average, so that's cool. Everything looks solid on the daily. 4 hour, there's our trend line. 1, 2. I'm usually looking for 3 humps and then a dump. It sounds crazy, but it's a general rule just to kind of look for, because a lot of times you see that happen. And I think it plays in with Elliott, Wanta, 3, 4, 5, all that crap. Anyway, 3 humps and a dump on a trend line. Pretty good rule, kind of look. Rule of thumb. I like rules of thumbs. It means that they don't always work out, but it's a good rule of thumb to go by. And if I get lots of thumbs together, then I have a fistful of thumbs. And the more thumbs, the better.
She like me, she might be what I need.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
Was that
Thank you
subtle?
very much.
Way too
Thank you.
pricey. I get paper on big screen.
We want to do something else. Like I do this because it's fun and it's entertaining. It's insightful too. Like all the little extra fibby stuff and stuff. And maybe you guys can see kind of how Confluence kind of works out a little bit. I mean, we can look at the 618. I usually don't. But I mean, technically I'm supposed to mark the 618. But you know, it's a rare day when that one hits in my experience. But hey, we'll do it. So you might see 6.7 cents. That'd be awesome from here. That could happen. That's like a 33% move, but I'm gonna look at like 6.1. about our 20% there before she kind of maybe decides to touch this trend line again and maybe break it. Or, you know, maybe she'll just range out and then blast off. We already did that. We got those bigger Fibonacci areas there, so I think you guys can see that, right? So about 6.2, it's kind of what I'm looking at. And if you look over here, you know, this was an area all through here just a little bit before it. What am I hearing? Is that song that's clicking in my head? But this does line up really nice with some support and resistance areas. Even candle closes right on the top of that area there. So Fibonacci, the magic of Fibonacci, and finding the SR areas. Cool. If she breaks to the downside, I don't expect it to, but she could. Even though she's got the green dot here saying, "I'm ready to rock your world, baby." I'll be looking at this 100 moving average between the 100 and 200 if I just wanted to spot something with my eyeball. But we do have this area here, 4.3, if you want to go horizontal. And that's right on the 200 moving average. That's an excellent place to lot. So if she breaks the trend line, that would be a good place. You could do a measure move if you wanted to, but you know. She'll probably give you the same thing. Should we try it? Gosh darn it, no wonder I spend so much time on one thing. Because I'll just keep going over everything. Could it? It says a little lower, but you know, it ain't always right. Did you say that out loud? I'm looking for a 6 to 2. Crypto's a commodity or whatever you call it. Which mouse is looking at the abomination that is Kyla Coin, KCN. Oh man, I had some requests from last night too. That was one of them, wasn't it? KCN. Did I do that wrong again? Well, I got two different separate chats up. Commodity. KCN, right?
I keep a stack of them blessings, I'm balling, I'm play calling. It ain't on me matching my smile, you know that I stay soft. Wrist flooded, she drowning. We good on this side.
Kayla Coin, okay, I see ya. I see ya.
No whip, no leash, no key. They heat it. California on the plates. I'm out here playing for keeping. I pull up, she leaking. She want me for the weekend. My foot on the gas with the brakes. Hate me or love me, you see me. Flex, yes. I got my foot on their neck. I'm out with a squad to the death.
I'm guessing Rogue Dog told me to put me. Yeah, I was supposed to cut it short tonight because of the likes on the stream last night. Hey, the good news is that hey, we're back over 1,400 people. Some more people came, but 1,404. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. Please hold, please hold, please stay. Just hang around for a little while, that's all. What the hell did I come over here for? I forgot.
Are being made on our subconscious minds. We can then consciously begin to utilize our five senses.
Anyway, KCN, let's do it. Well, RSI is way up there. Not too crazy. It's at 66. She's okay, but it looks weird on here. It's like just shot straight up. It's when she, well, I don't know. She's, I keep forgetting about RSI. RSI is around 70s. It's a little hot area. 70 and 30%. So she's getting a little in the overheated territory here. And I would say we probably got a good 618 area somewhere. It's natural desire, cause you need me right now. She's at the low. No, she's past it. Okay. Yeah, I'll say screw that. We'll go with this one. 382. She's out of accumulation.
Just tryna do more. Supernova with you. Yeah, she knows
I like those myself, and
extra. Now do it, and then I do it.
113 for a possible higher high there. Oh man, what did I just do? Can I do that again? Oh. Yay, okay, cool.
I just want that do it extra. Do it extra. Tell me what you need right now. I just want that do it extra. Do it extra.
So we'll get about 9408.
You make me go insane. Non tu camani, not do gimote. I'm a
And I would look for something about $73. Is this thing that high? Really? How much is this thing right now? 62. All right. She looks like a breakout to me.
Now or never, babe. I just wanted you to see it's natural desire, 'cause you need me right
Respects them more. If I drew that right.
now. With you,
I'm going to play a little game here.
I can feel it, feel it, feel it.
All right, that's cool. Well, that's cool.
With you,
I don't. Could look at that way. There might be some resistance right here, short term. Like for maybe a hiccup there,
just tryna do more.
but I think she can probably get past it.
Yeah, she knows I'm feeling do it extra. Now do it, and then I
So just a little under 64.
do it extra.
She might have a little area to
Tell me what you need right now. I just
flag around or find a little rejection.
do it extra.
Interesting.
You need right now.
Interesting coin.
I just want that do it extra.
And needs to get about, what is that, 69? $70 basically. Yeah, we really need to hit that $73 mark. Let's put this little 65 one over here, kind of like on the back burner. But short term, a little hiccup there. I'm just going to take that one off. 73 is where we really need to get. Make a higher high. Then we can pull back and go back higher. Up. Well, Mr. Lazarga. Road dog turned into a pumpkin. Yeah, it went a little bit longer than I intended to there. Had a request last night for an NexZera NXRA. And I was in this one for a long. I finally got out of this one when I saw that she was getting ready to tank. It's not on ETH though. Because I was being kicked off of KuCoin and I wasn't finding a good place to park this little guy, so had to make a call. Man, I got too much stuff going on here. Oh, my, she broke that 200 movement average. That is not kosher. Yeah, that was the nice big trend line we had. We came back up and retested it. Broke out a few times. That wasn't kosher either. So we started with a touch here and a touch there and just draw the line and extend it. It respected it here and then it stopped doing it and started respecting it. And that's just a main trend line in my opinion. It's going to be kind of like a roof over our heads that we have to bust through at some point. She is wanting to go down on the daily though. Beneath the 618, I would expect. Oh man, that'd be a lower low if she does that. But what you gonna do? 9.8. Maybe she won't do 7.4, but she might be coming to this area. 100 above the 200 gives us a little hope that maybe she can, you know, kind of bounce around through here without just falling. But 50 crossing this, if the 50 crosses that 200, I don't expect that 100 to hold up there too much longer. And what we're in danger of is this non-moving average rolling over because prices just already got rejected and come down. So if that happens, that's not so kosher. That would kind of... I'm looking for 9.8 cents by the daily chart. 4-hour chart on NextZero is... we got the 100 beneath the 200 here, so now it's sandbagging us. So on the 4-hour, it's just saying, yeah, probably can come down here. You might be able to draw a little trend line there and kind of help you gauge to when you might be able to get there. I mean, maybe the May 30th something. Maybe it could drag on that line. Just kind of guesstimating. You don't really know. You never really know, but we can just kind of guess. How about Wednesday, May 29th? We're around 10 cents. We're throwing price predictions tonight anyway. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Let's say guess, people. I don't know. I mean, it's got some logic to it. I don't know if it's the best logic or, you know, the tightest logic. Because it could bounce and do all kinds of stuff. It don't have to respect this trend line. We just guessing, y'all. But it could. This line is coming into play though, probably.
Did somebody just say hello? Nah, I'm flying Han style, solo. Do you like that Star Wars reference, baby?
All right, guys, it's 12:18. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for hanging out with me. We just kind of looked at some stuff. One thing I do want to look at before I do head out is Link. She seems to be doing okay. What's up with you, Link? 1755 for Link. Yeah, baby, she ain't hurting right now at all. So some coin looking good, some coin not looking so good. Seems unfair, doesn't it? Some bouncing and some not. Here's an instance though where we had the 100 hanging around that 200 after we fell down there. This is what it did. It was enough helium in the balloon to pull us up. So if anything, Link might be giving us a little bit of foresight into what might be coming over this next few days, because Link's ready to rock and roll. Instead of having a red dot on the daily like some of the other coins did, she's got a green one. She's wanting to go and bust through this cloud and just bust off all everywhere. She's don't do that. Don't do that. So if I had to give a warning, it would be at some point she could come back and either test the breakout area at $15 or at worst ride this trend line down to a lower link. You don't know, man. You don't know, but we need this area, this 200 moving average to hold. That'd be cool. I like that. $16. Can we hold $16? Need to. Had this area over here, it lines up with it. Need to hold that. Hold it, baby, because I need $25 for Link coming. I got $25 target. You gonna make me holler, make me do the wild thing? Because I will. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Go with God. Use the force. Jesus does love you, though.
Well, it's alright now because anything you do, well, it's alright. Well, it's alright.